Hi there, this is Ida Norris, and this is Trisha Barsby, who sent in this critique. She asked for a critique on the 10-meter Lope circle. Just FYI, she explained to us that she was doing Western dressage in a freestyle and that they had relaxed the requirements. So this means that they're working outside of USEF WDAA rules. And she was allowed to do a couple of moves that were higher level than level one, which is where she's at. She is supposedly working level one, and this was a level one freestyle, but she was allowed to do a 10-meter Lope circle in here. And would we please evaluate it? She is thinking about possibly going, she said, into level two at the end of the season. So we're going to have a look at this. Here she is in the Lope depart, which from the back was a little bit hunches in and through the corner slightly counter bent. So a little bit more needs to be on the outside aids there. And let's just stop this for a second. Okay. Okay. And let's go. And whoa, we're going to just back it up a little bit. So you can see right here, she's just turned into the 10-meter circle. And this horse has no bend. He is just heeled over. There isn't any bend here at all. He's clever enough to get around, and he's handy, I think. But in reality, when a horse heels over like this, and it's like rolling over like a motorcycle, they lack lateral pole flexion. It's not taking flexion through the shoulder, thoracic not carrying, and rider leaning to turn. So right here, we've got a problem. And the horse came off the bit. You can see that it lost its connection because it wasn't bent. So a little interesting there. And this is a very long horizontal frame. We use, judges use the term strung out sometimes, and this horse's could be a little bit more together. Now, the thing is here, which is really tricky to evaluate, so a couple things. First of all, we're not in landscape, which is necessary for me to see anything like she asked me. I'm sorry, Tricia, you asked me to comment on the size and shape of the circle. I have no idea because I'm not looking at it from the center line, either A or C. I could evaluate that for you. But without your tape being in landscape, I don't have a clue. I don't have enough in front of the horse for depth perception, but also we don't have the markers. So size-wise, not too sure. But what we do know for first level is needs bend for the 10-meter circle. And if you're headed towards second level, it's good that you're planning on getting ready through this summer coming because you need more impulsion, continuous impulsion to rounder connection. Riders should have the hands more in front of the horn and down low. This is too high. We don't have a good connection here through the arms, so we need more arm elasticity and the forearms triangulated right in front of the horn down low here. How about a little more leg contact? We got a little bit of a chair seat going on here, so this makes it really, really hard to get enough lower leg contact on the horse to produce the collection and engagement you're going to need for second level. So I'd say as a rider, I would work on thigh down and back to get lower leg connection with the horse. Then I'd get my hands a little forward, down, and around the swell. Then I'd work on horse to be rounder to the connection, a little bit shorter connection if you're heading for second level. And that doesn't mean slow. Collected trot or jog and collected lope are not slow. It's that they're more on the bit or on the bossal or more on the connection. And in dressage, they use the terms on the bit. And we do, it's on our tests. So you can think about that a little bit. So a little more bend here. Yeah, definitely just balanced on the right shoulder going around, which, wow, is he handy. What a great horse. So here we see profile and we see, look, that pole is just completely level to the SI. So this is not uphill. This is a level balance, which to approach second level, the pole needs to be the highest point. And even in level one, we're expecting to see the pole higher than the wither and higher than the SI. So right now, Are you doing okay in level one? I think so. I think your scores are probably okay. And I think, they're kind of 6, 5, and 7, and 6, 5, and 7. And I think they're commenting on that he's a real steady guy, seems to really pay attention to you. I'm sure they're commenting on lack of bend and bend to be on outside aids and horse to be more balanced through turns. So that's my suggestions to you. And I'm so sorry that I cannot comment on the shape of the circle, but without the markers from A and C, without a view from A or C, that isn't possible. But I think we've given you some ideas on what to work on. And don't forget, don't look down at the horse. You don't look up either, but you look out and around. So do I think you guys have the talent? Have you got enough horse for second level? Oh, yeah. And I really like the fact that you're a quiet rider. I really appreciate that. So what do I think you're reaching for? I think what you need is rounder connection with focus on pole to be higher point, meaning this horse has got to use the thoracic. So that means continuous impulsion for you with more improved balance. And then the horse comes a little bit more uphill in self-carriage. And that is what develops positioning, engagement, and collection for you for level 2 work. This bending has got to improve because all those 10-meter circles that are in level 1 in the jog are meant to develop the bending capabilities that are needed for this complicated level 2 work, shoulder in, half pass, Rompert. And so if they're not reliably bending around the circles and through the serpentines and turns, you'll have difficulty. Remember at level 2, you now have 2 huge parts of requirements in that you could have your horse on the bit and uphill enough and active enough to be in a level 2 test. But we now have these complicated movements, which the movements like shoulder in, Rompert, hunches in, have requirements of their own. And you could have your horse like uphill, round, active, engaged, but you don't meet the requirement of shoulder in, i.e., you don't have 3 tracks, maybe you have 4 tracks, so you're in leg yield. You can get a 4 because you didn't meet the requirements of the movement, or you can get a 4 in that you had it in 3 tracks with some bend, but it wasn't uphill and in enough balance and in collected gait. And collected gaits aren't slow, they have power. They're powerful and they actually spring and they cover ground. So don't slow your horses down for collection. Collection occurs because a horse springs over the ground and begins to actually have more cadence. It doesn't slow down because you pulled on it and used a braking aid. So keep in mind, collection has power. So now you have 2 big parts in these difficult second level coming. But am I excited that I think you have the talent to do it? I do. So get some help with this bending and get on the outside aids. And I'll be looking forward to seeing you up there. And send me some more and send your friends. It's always nice to see you. Thank you for sharing this with us. Until next time, take care and hug your horses for me. Bye.